In this video, I'm going to talk about the AI technology that's going to replace millions of sales reps. In fact, after scaling 5 different sales teams from 6 to 7 figures, there's a big shift, one of the biggest lifetime shifts in technology that is happening right now. So you can make a choice. You can either be the Karen in the sidelines, losing out on this opportunity, and might actually be the person that is replaced, or you can actually be the future innovator who embraces this new era and this new wave and make life-changing wealth. Hi, my name is Larry Porta, and if we haven't met, one of the biggest issues that I wanted to really talk about was this idea of how AI agents are going to be the theme of this new era in business. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and I totally get it. AI sometimes is overhyped. It's, not the end-all be-all solution that a lot of people think, but it is what I believe the best form of leverage in today's economy. And just like Naval Ravikant said, the new wealthy generation are those that actually know how to leverage the highest form, which is code. And the highest form of code is AI agents. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about how we're using AI agents inside of my business right now, as well as some of our clients' businesses. In fact, I took one of our teams from $60,000 per month to $323,000 per month in a span of 90 days. This over 4x happened literally because of one thing, which is getting the systems down pat with leverage. So we're tinkering and testing and optimizing with AI right now, as well as actual humans on this team. Because that's actually the new approach that I invite you to really consider. It's not about 100% replacing AI with humans. It's about creating what I call a cyborg team. AI plus humans working hand in hand together for an actual common goal. So how are we doing this? Well, first things first, and how I invite you to really think about this is use AI to solve a common existing problem first. Don't try to be fancy with this. Don't try to create funny cat photos that don't have any purpose for your business. Actually solve problems, because that's where the money is being made. In fact, create focus. Because if I was to do different things differently from what I used to do with AI, we were trying to solve a bunch of different problems at once. The power that we actually found was by solving one problem at a time, and in fact, find the lowest hanging fruit. So step one is I would actually list all the problems that that client was facing, all the constraints, and then we kind of rank it in order, right? Like, hey, what's the most urgent? What's going to be the biggest impact? What's the biggest friction point inside of our business right now? And then once we rank that, the number one on the list, we try to figure out, okay, so how can we do that better, easier, and faster with AI agents? That's the key question that you really want to be asking yourself. That's a question that we ask ourselves is, how can I solve my biggest problem faster, easier, and better with AI? Once you have that question, that's where you can start actually tinkering around and finding the solution. Because isn't that just what technology does, if you really think about it? Different software and automation tools that we're using, what do we do with it? Well, when we thought about software like Salesforce, for example, an actual CRM that we're using, well, that was just taking something that was very outdated, a spreadsheet, or something that even before that actually had files. They just had an evolution of sorts. We took it from them, files to then spreadsheets, from spreadsheets to a CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot, right? Or Go High Level. And that helps solve an existing problem faster, easier, and better. That's why you have a multi-billion-dollar company like Salesforce. They solve an existing problem better with software. Well, then how do we make millions with AI? Well, let's solve existing problems with AI and AI agents, because my firm belief, this is what I truly believe, is AI, specifically AI agents, is just the next evolution from software, right? Software was the tool. That was the actual pickaxe that they used to mine gold with, right? Well, guess what? AI agents is now the laborer, the actual miner that is able to use a tool like a pickaxe to mine that gold on your behalf during this AI gold rush, right? I'm talking almost like digital employees or digital workers that are able to work with or without you, whether you're at your desk or on vacation, wherever you might be. They can continue to produce results at scale cheaper than ever before, right? Literally 24/7 on autopilot. So that's really the key, and the magic with AI agents is thinking from that form. But then we go to the kind of like the key question is, well, is this going to replace like our workers? Is it going to replace our marketers? Is it going to replace our sales reps? How do we actually think about this? In fact, it can kind of be scary to think about. I'm not going to lie. The idea that this technology, sorry, Siri, she's talking a little too much. She's not AI though. So what is the process of replacing these millions of people? And how do we go about it in almost like a way that, we don't ethically kind of remove and fire all these people, but we can also, as a business owner, really take advantage and get the unfair edge over your competitors? Well, this is how I want you to think about it. You're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by people who know how to use AI. You've probably heard that before. But what does that actually mean? Well, the truth behind this is if you actually understand how to use this new tool, work with these new digital workers that are AI agents, what used to take like a team of like 5 to 8 people, you can actually cut down to about 1 to 3 people. In fact, I'm totally bullish and believe that there's going to be $1 million businesses with only one person business, and actual just AI agents around them. So it's not about trying to replace your whole workforce right now, because there's going to be a transition period, to be honest. It's not going to happen overnight. But it's really about figuring out who are maybe your lowest performers, who are maybe unnecessary fluff or extra fat inside of your business that you can actually just replace with AI. The way that I've been thinking about it is I look at every department. I look at marketing, I look at sales, I look at client delivery, I look at operations, and I ask myself, how can I use AI in these different departments? Then I take maybe someone on my team, like my content guy, and actually train him on these AI tools so that he can take away a lot of the low admin repetitive tasks and just focus on his highest leverage activities. So who is AI actually going to replace? Well, AI is going to replace the bottom of the totem pole. When we talk about those people who are going to be replaced by AI, the A players, in my firm belief, are going to continue to stay on the team. So as long as you align yourself being the A player and being that person who's a high performer, you're not going to be replaced by this new wave. The people who are going to be replaced are people who are lazy. They've been taking their job for granted, and they're people who are kind of just doing the bare minimum. I remember back when I worked at corporate America in tech, it was just those people who just do enough. I called them the enough guys. They would do enough just to keep the job. They were never the top guys in the leaderboards, but they were never the bottom of the totem pole either. They were just doing enough to make their paycheck. I truly think those are the people who are most at risk with this new AI technology, because those are the guys who, most importantly, are just not even bringing that much value anyway, and they're kind of, hiding in the shadows. They're like an incognito mode in the office, right? AI is going to bring light to a lot of those people, and it's going to replace a lot of their low value activities. The cream of the crop is going to rise to the top. That rhyme, that's funny. Cream of the crop rise to the top. Those are the people who actually learn how to use AI, the highest form of leverage, the new evolution of software. They're the ones that are going to take even more money from the marketplace. So how I think about it is, it's not saying that, hey, we're going to actually, fire a bunch of these people. It's just, we're going to take the lowest of the totem pole, the people that they were spending $50,000, $60,000 or even more a year, and we're actually just going to reallocate that to AI and people at the top. So people who are maybe making $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year, they're probably going to make more money because of this transfer and shift in wealth happening right now. So technology never really is deleting or removing value. It's actually just reallocating value. I want you to understand that very well. Technology is not removing or deleting value from the marketplace. It just shifts and reallocates and transfers it somewhere else. So me personally, and if I were you, I would try to be in the actual shifting of this technology. I would actually be in the middle of riding this wave so that you make some life-changing money through this process. So that's really that's how I think about AI agents, is really making sure that you are, the center of this AI army. You're someone who understands how to actually make that happen. In fact, I'm going to leave a description of a video below on a whole masterclass where you can watch me going through step by step on the exact blueprint and strategy we're using to really 3 to 4x sales using AI agents. I'll leave a description below. Check that out. That walks you through my exact strategy. Now, that being said, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this stuff. At the end of the day, AI agents is like a sous chef, meaning they're not going to be the actual chef. They're not going to be the person who does everything for you. It's not the end all be all solution to trying to solve all your issues, right? It's about being the people or AI army, the digital workers around you to help you do your job much quicker, much more efficiently, and save you a shit ton of money. That's really how we want to be thinking about it. It's your sous chef that helps you prepare the dish, not necessarily make the entire dish for you. It's someone that you collab with and make you 2, 3, 5, 10 times more efficient and 10 times better than you ever could imagine by yourself. So that being said, if you like this video, go ahead, like this, comment. I want to hear your thoughts below, and subscribe to the channel for more training like this. Again, Larry Antipora, Sales Sensei, sayonara. I'll see you in the next one.